Hi, MC here. I'd like to share a little story with you. Last month I was in Noosa in Queensland speaking at a conference, and on the morning I was to speak, I got up early preparing my thoughts, and I thought I'll go across to that cafe that's just across the road from the resort. I walked up to the counter and asked the guy, could I please have some scrambled eggs with mushroom and a flat white? And he looked me straight in the eye with no apology and said, no. And I went, no what? We don't do eggs. I said, you don't do eggs? And I looked around and I looked at how busy the cafe was. I said, you're a cafe and you don't do eggs? No. Okay, bacon? No. What do you do? And he went, bagels. Bagels? He goes, yeah. And he pointed up, again, no apology. He was being very pleasant. He was not at all defensive. And he just pointed up to the menu and said, yep, selection of bagels. And I've gone, well, which would you recommend? And anyway, I had my bagel and I'm sitting there later on as I'm just preparing my thoughts on my laptop and having my breakfast on my own. And I thought, isn't that interesting? Here's a business that was very busy, clearly very popular in its local community. They would be making money, there's no doubt about that. And they don't do the standard things that most cafes do. Think through that. They don't need a kitchen. They don't need a chef or a qualified cook. They don't need to buy a whole lot of supplies that are perishables. How smart is that? They even have smaller premises because of it. Now I got to thinking, as an advisory business, how many advisory businesses do whatever the clients ask? And you can be reactive. You can have quite a broad spread of services, but potentially only go inch deep in your expertise. This is an example. I'll never forget the phrase I heard, succeed by doing less. So that doesn't mean do less and be lazy and be less productive. Succeed by doing less means narrow your focus and what it is that you deliver. For example, Apple with their iPhone, how many models does Apple have? Well, now with a few variations with 5S and 5C, etc., you could say a few, but really they've got one main model, whereas competitors that are lagging far behind and looking like they might not even exist in the coming months, like BlackBerry and Motorola, etc., have dozens of different models. Succeed by doing less. So think through the services that your advisory firm is offering, and are you offering the equivalent of 27 different services? And yes, we can do that, yes, we can do that, yes, we can do that, saying yes to whatever existing or potential clients ask when they come through the door, and contrast that with a firm that perhaps has a few main offerings that are clearly packaged, clearly priced, they're easy to sell, easy to explain, and easy to deliver. And by easy to deliver, I mean scalable. You want to have services that can be delivered by people other than the most senior or the principal director level people. Otherwise, you're just exacerbating the bottleneck that already exists. And last time I looked, the bottleneck on most bottles is already at the top. So think through your services, get really clear on what you're offering, stay away from the peripheral areas and refer on to specialists. That's exactly what we do at Paradox. We just stick to the core of what we do around modern marketing for accountants, and we refer on to people who want websites built or logos designed and that sort of thing. So let us know your thoughts on succeeding by doing less. Enter your comments beneath the video. If you haven't already clicked subscribe on our YouTube channel, do that. That way you get notified each time we add a new video. Look forward to continuing the conversation with you.